Hey, what's up everyone, this is Span5. After my last couple videos, I basically proved my point. The first video now has more thumbs down than thumbs up, which is fine. You know, I knew that was going to happen. Like I said, I was pulling this experiment, so I can't really get pissed off now. And a lot of people actually did prove my point, and I brought that up in my last video. Now, my last video, apparently, the MRAs found that, which is fine, because I put that in the tags as well, because I was talking about it. Now, this video, it's not extending an olive branch to MRAs or anything like that, but the more I read, the more I'm like, yeah, these guys are just fucking bitter. And I don't get it. It's like, you're not really addressing a real fucking issue here. You know, you're talking about how feminists are doing this and doing that. And there's going to be a bunch of things I'm bringing up in this video. And I'm probably not going to get as pissed off in this video as I have been, but now, let me talk about feminists for a second, because I even did say, in my video, my first, do MRAs want to be victims, I said I'm not a feminist, and I'm not, because the thing is, do I support some of the feminist ideals and ideas? Yeah, I still think there is room for more equality between men and women, you know, and that goes for fucking MRAs too, which I'm going to bring that up after the feminist thing. You know, there are some issues like the glass ceiling. I mean, that still applies. Some women do not get paid as well as men for doing the same job, for working just as hard, and that's bullshit. And, you know, there are some issues where, you know, women, yeah, they're still kind of, like, viewed as not quite equal to men, and I think that's bullshit. However, and I've met, you know, quite a few very moderate feminists, you know, like I mentioned Sick Mouth, there are a few others, and I've talked to some in real life, and a lot of them, they just say, look, I just think it's wrong that, you know, women are sometimes looked at as less than men. I don't think that's the case. You know, I think that a lot of women can do just as much as men, and some men can't do as much as some of these women. And that's a fair enough point. However, I see too much bullshit rhetoric within the feminist movement. And I'm not saying they all believe that. Not all of them do. A lot of them, like I said, they're very, you know, moderate. They just, you know, they give themselves this label, which I can't say anything against labels because I'm an atheist, and I think I'm going to bring that up later. But, yeah, I don't consider myself, I don't really think it's as needed today as it used to be. You know, women, they had to, you know, fight for their right to fucking vote, which I think is bullshit. You know, that was even a fucking issue, that we had to amend the Constitution for that. And that's less than 100 fucking years ago that happened. But I do see the point, you know, I really do. Now, let's talk about MRAs and the whole moderate thing. I mentioned one guy, his name is Skamoosh. He was the one that I had blocked and I was just getting tired of. And then when I looked back, what I did was I started thinking, like, you know, I should have, you know, let him speak his mind. You know, I really should have, you know. But at the time, you know, I was just really pissed off and I was just annoyed. Not necessarily with him, just in general. You know, it was one of those days where I was just pissed off. And, you know, he kept sending comments and I kept blocking him. But then I felt bad. And I actually sent him a PM like, look, I unblocked all your channels. You know, if you want to PM me, if you want to make your comments, that's fine. I'm not going to remove your comments or anything like that. Actually, I asked him, like, do you want me to remove the comments that I said to you and the comments that you said to me so people don't get the wrong idea? He said, no, I think my arguments stand on their own, which is fine. So I said, okay. I've only removed comments one time. And that's because the guy actually asked me to do it. And I think I've mentioned this before. He, you know, he kind of threw a bunch of shit at me. And I think it was about the Illuminati thing. And so I, you know, went right back at him, you know, with the same shit he was throwing at me. And eventually, you know, I just said, you know, we could have had a cool fucking conversation about this. You know, we could have had an honest fucking discussion. And he was like, you know what, I feel bad. He said, you know, can you remove the comments, you know, so people don't get the wrong idea about either of us. And I said that was fine. But other than that, I don't remove comments. I don't really feel a need to. It's, okay, who cares? I mean, especially in my situation with the MRA videos. You know, I stepped into the fucking lion's den on that one. And I still don't agree with, you know, most of the shit that these guys say. But that being said, I put myself in that situation. I'm not going to fucking back down. I'm not going to say, well, you know, I still think it's wrong. No, I was pretty fucking shitty in my video. So, you know, that being said, you know, you're going to get some hate, especially since I've noticed that I'm a little bit more well-known than I previously thought. I guess that happens. You know, I've been on here for a while. I've been consistently making videos for, you know, over 3 years now. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to happen, I guess. Especially if you're, you know, bitching about big issues and, you know, people that people care about. But anyway, with the MRAs, the problem I have is that I have yet to really meet, besides the one guy, very few, I mean, I met very few MRAs that are, like, very moderate. They're just kind of like, look, I think this is bullshit. You know, and you know, some issues, yeah, I agree. It's like, you know, there are issues like custody battles. However, I was kind of called out in a way, like, when I brought up, like, okay, well, you didn't bring up any figures. You didn't, you know, cite your fucking sources on that. In fact, it seemed like the guy was conceding, like, I've shown you the way. No. But someone said, like, well, you could have looked that up. No, that's not my fucking job. If you're going to make the fucking argument, then you have the burden of fucking proof. That's the way this works, just like the theism versus atheism thing. I reject any fucking claim of a god. It's not up to me to disprove it. It's up to the person making that fucking claim, especially if you say it's common knowledge. But, you know, if there are any MRAs out there who want to have a fucking dialogue with me, that's fine. I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to be sending you PM after PM, you know, within the same day. You know, I have a fucking life outside of YouTube. But, you know, I'm willing to hear you out. And, yeah, I admit there are certain issues that the MRA is like, maybe they have a point here, but I really don't see it. You know, this shit's never happened to me, and I really haven't known that many men. Now, one issue was brought up that someone sent me a PM with some links to videos, and I might talk about that. So, like, if a man sits next to a child, he could be considered a fucking pedophile. But if a woman does it, there's no, they said persecution, which I think they mean prosecution, but it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? How many stories can you remember in, you know, the past few years of a female teacher fucking a male student? It happens, and yes, they're fucking prosecuted. It's not just men, and yeah, men do it too, and that's, you know, that's the thing. Women do it, and men do it. You know, are there female pedophiles? Of course there fucking are. You know, that's a fucking fact. You know, that's like saying women don't look at porn. Yes, they do. You know, men do too. Maybe it's more men than women. I don't know. But the thing is there kind of a double standard with a pedophilia thing? Yes, there is. You know, they view men as like sexual predators, but like if it's a female teacher, like Bill Maher was talking about this one time, if it's like a female teacher fucking a male student, it's not as bad. He admitted like it's a double standard. I still think it's fucked up either way. And if men are going to be prosecuted for this, well, women should be too. And I know, like, you know, a male student's gonna be like, yeah, hell yeah, I fucked that teacher. Cool for them, whatever. I don't agree. But you know, the thing is, when you base your life around this, in fact, I didn't even, like, post my 2 videos as a video response to anything. So it's not like I post this on a Pine Grove 33 video, and they fucking found it like that. It was fucking amazing, and that's why I conducted that experiment. Because I've been wanting to do something like this for a while, because there are always those people that's what they look for. They look for that shit. If you're bad-mouthing, you know, atheists, you know, somehow atheists all find this and they swarm the fucking video. I wanted to do one about Ron Paul. I just wanted to have a video where I was just bad-mouthing Ron Paul, and I really couldn't decide if I wanted to use, like, real facts, but then again, Malayan Dialogue, actually I think it was on the Ragnarok Protocol channel, did like an hour-long video against Ron Paul. And, I mean, the thing is, these fucking Ron Paul supporters, these fucking die-hard Ron Paul supporters, they all find it, and they get fucking furious about it. And it's the same with the MRAs. They do that. And, like I said, I never saw that with the fucking TFL. But with the MRAs, oh yeah, you fucking see that constantly. Now, I will mention one video that was linked to me, because there were a few, and it's just kind of like, yeah, whatever. One guy, he was bitching about misandry, and like he showed a television commercial for what I don't know. I had to go to work, and I watched part of it. It's like a 20-minute long video, which I can't say shit, because I do long-ass videos too, but it's this commercial where this guy buys his wife a vacuum cleaner as a gift. I don't know if this is supposed to be Christmas or whatever. And she takes him outside, puts him in the doghouse, and he goes down there, and it's apparently like a prison for men who bought shitty gifts for their wives, and he's talking about it, and he's trying to justify it. And the guy in the video, he's actually getting pissed off about this, like, oh, send him to the doghouse. Okay, first off, it's a commercial, and obviously it's a fucking joke. If you literally go inside the doghouse, are there a bunch of men down there having to work off their crime? No, it's a fucking joke. Also, he was getting mad, like, you know, you should be lucky I bought you anything in the first place. Fuck you. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? That they should be lucky? Okay, if you don't have the money and you happen to, you know, get enough money together to buy something, okay, that's fine. But in the commercial, you can tell they're a couple who, they have something. They have some shit. But it's like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, you should be lucky I bought you. Fuck off. And the thing is, bad gifts happen all the fucking time. You know, I've heard jokes about, you know, parents buying their kids clothes. for their birthday and shit. Who the fuck wants that? Unless, like, you're a teenager, like, yeah, I want this kind of shit. If you're a little fucking kid, you want toys and shit. You know, you want something that you can dick around with and play with. And not only that, but the thing is, we can play that shit against women. I mean, against men. What if there was a commercial? Actually, no, let's not even talk about commercial. Let's talk about real life. Because I know my wife would be pissed if I bought her a vacuum cleaner for Christmas. Unless she asked for that. You know, she asked for it, but then again, we have, like, no carpet in the house. We have a couple rugs. But, what if she bought from me a couple oil filters and some quarts of oil? And she said, okay, now you can change the oil in our cars. And she's not trying to be a bitch. She's just trying to buy something practical. Now, the thing is, yeah, those things are practical. You don't buy them as gifts. So it's bullshit to complain about this. And it's like, it's a fucking joke. But again, I hate to keep going to this shit. I really fucking do. But the last time I've heard someone use that, and I haven't, you know, seen a lot of these videos, but the last time I saw someone do something like that, talk about how, like, a commercial is somehow, like, there's some kind of hidden motive to it, was Original Savage chick. There was a commercial, and I actually saw this commercial too, that she was talking about. It was a medicine commercial. It was like some white people, they're like, oh, this one says, you know, it does this. Well, this one says it lasts for this long, but it takes this long to kick in. And then a black woman comes up like, I take this because, you know, it immediately works and it lasts for a while. Original Savage chick was actually trying to say that is like, there's some hidden fucking subliminal message that says that black people are smarter than white people. Where the fuck are you getting this from? There's no hidden message. Sometimes shit just fucking happens. You know, I'm sorry, it's a fucking commercial. It's a fucking joke, okay? That's it. You know, and there are certain things. You know, I think it is bullshit that, you know, if you go on TV, and this is something else Bill Maher said, I hate to bring him up again, but, you know, I think it was within the same kind of context. He said, you know, if you go into a show and you say, women are smarter than men, oh yeah, automatic fucking applause. But if you go up there and you say, men are smarter than women, oh yeah, you get booed off the stage. That is bullshit. That's complete fucking bullshit, and I agree. But that being said, with all these groups, why is it that it's always about the other fucking side, basically? You know, men versus women, black versus white, you know, Christian versus fucking Muslim, and a lot of times atheist versus Muslim too, which is bullshit. Why can't we just preach equal rights? That's what I'm about. You know, equal fucking rights. You know, why can't we just say, I'm not going to look at you as a man or a woman or white or black or Christian or atheist or Muslim or Jewish, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. We can look at each other as individuals and say, I'm going to judge you based on what you do with your fucking life. Whether, you know, you're being a total fucking prick, and I'm not going to say, like, you're moral, because, yeah, that is subjective. But if you try to do something, like, you know, you're trying to live your own fucking life. You're not trying to fuck anyone else over. You're just doing your own shit. You know, what's wrong with that? You know, I don't see how that's a fucking issue. And that's what I fucking preach. You know, let me bring this up. Because this will play a little bit into this argument. There was a video response. I didn't approve it because, and I didn't even bother watching the whole thing. And there's a reason why. And I think it was from a user, Nerdy Dance or Nerdy Dancing, something like that. First off, the user sounds like fucking Winnie the Pooh, which I just thought was odd. But the title, I think it was like, how to misrepresent a point with a bad and 5. Now, first off, the video is like a couple minutes long. Nothing long at all. And the thing that pisses me off is whatever clip they used, because I don't give a fuck, because the thing is, there's a lot of context in my videos. I don't just bring up a million fucking points that are completely unrelated. I don't do that. I talk about a subject and, you know, various points. And my fucking viewers should know that. So already, right there, dishonesty. Also, in the video, this user, I don't know if it's a man or woman, don't really give a fuck, said that I took a 6-minute video talking about it. They were talking about the video I linked, which I linked a couple of videos in that description, which was the Pine Grove 33 video, Real Men Don't Buy Women or Buy Girls, whatever, and I turned it into a 25-minute rant. No, I didn't. That was one of the points I brought up. That was one of the many things I fucking talked about. But obviously, you know, like a lot of people, they even admitted they didn't watch the whole fucking video. It's like, that's not my whole fucking argument. If I had not even talked about that, the video content would have pretty much been the same. So, the thing is, if you're going to talk about me misrepresenting something, don't misrepresent me. You know, because that wasn't my fucking argument. I barely talked about that. And if you are going to misrepresent it, don't post it as a video response, and don't actually, like, link to the original video, because people can obviously go back and see what I was talking about. Now, what was funny about that video is in the comment section, there was like a group fucking therapy session of people who I blocked. It's like, well, were you just waiting for that? Are you still that fucking butthurt that I blocked you? Really? Like, there was one guy, Joker for you. I forget exactly why I blocked him, but the thing is, I barely block anyone. I actually looked at my block list right before this video. I have 31 people blocked. And a lot of these people were people that blocked me. Well, I shouldn't say a lot, but a few of these people were people that blocked me first. Mystical Forest, How the World Works. A few others that Pine Grove 33. And yet the other people, they got annoying. It's like, are you going to make a fucking point, or are you just going to sit here and fuck with, you know, the people commenting and just post the same old bullshit? Okay, you're going to do it? Fine, you're blocked. And, you know, he said, oh yeah, he blocked me. Okay. Another user, Ape Kill Snake, I believe he was an MRA, he said he blocked, I blocked him because, I didn't want to hear the truth, which I love hearing that, because I blocked a lot of white nationalists too. Is that the case? Are they telling the truth? And I blocked them just because I don't want to hear the truth. But it's funny because Ape Kill Snake, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I'm getting this correct, it's either him or Joker for you, they're Pine Grove 33 fans. And the thing is this, Pine Grove 33 says on his channel, you know, if you're repetitive, he'll fucking block you. And I've heard so many fucking stories of people getting blocked by him. They put a comment, something kind of snarky, like, oh, really, men are oppressed? He puts a shitty comment and blocks you. Okay, well, I guarantee fucking to you, if we compare our blocked lists, he has a hell of a lot more. And we can even adjust that for, you know, how many subscribers he gets. You know, because he's a partner. Which, by the way, it was funny because one person tried to say, and this one of my subscribers said, like, you know, I was using, like, one fucktard as an example, you know, with the real men don't buy children or girls, whatever. And it's like, no, this isn't just some asshole. He's not like some guy that has, like, 6 fucking subscribers who's just, you know, yelling about shit. No, he's a pretty big fucking user. He's a partner. And he has a lot of subscribers, a lot more than me. So anyhow, no, I didn't block him because he was telling me the truth. I blocked him because he just got annoying. It's like, are you going to post this many fucking comments? You have anything better to do? Another user was the Algaida, which had that idiot fucking watch my video, he or she would have realized I talked about them. Now one thing is, the Algaida tried to say that they unsubscribed from me a long time ago. Or, you were trying to say that I'm a homophobe because I didn't mention Rick Perry talking about the gay thing. And I even explain why, because I don't want to talk about that in this video. I want to talk about other shit. It's my fucking channel. You have your own. You can talk about whatever the fuck you want. And I blocked your ass, Algaida. So, you know, whatever. You know, there you go. Now, the only comment that really disappointed me was a guy who, you know, I guess I'm still friends with him. I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a long time. Is Tattoo Skin 72, Michael. Now, Michael said I disappointed him with that video, which is fine. I mean, I've heard that, you know, people are like, this wasn't your best video. But it said I was misrepresenting shit. Now, here's the thing. Michael, Tattoo Skin 72, is gay. He is a homosexual. And I think most of us who have watched him know that and don't really give a shit. You know, he never really did, like, political videos or, like, drama videos. He basically just talked about his life and his own personal feelings, which I thought was great. You know, it's good to mix things up video-wise. You know, it's like, okay, with this guy, he's just talking about his personal life and things that affect him. I think that's great. However, it's funny because MRAs are always, and feminists, all kinds of groups, they're always bitching about how they're fucking oppressed. You know, since Michael is gay, he should know that if you're going to bitch about being oppressed, why don't you go over and look at the gays? Why don't you see how fucking oppressed they are? And a lot of places, they still can't get married. In fact, I saw a billboard the other fucking day. It said, Obama supports abortion and gay marriage. Do you? Vote Republican. I literally fucking saw that. We were back on my old side of town, me and my wife, and we saw that. So it's like, oh, he supports gay marriage. Oh, that's so fucking bad. Now, the abortion thing is kind of iffy for me because I've known quite a few people who are pro and anti, and they've come from all different walks of life. But the gay thing, oh yeah, because fags getting married, you know, dykes kissing, oh, that's fucking gross. Why the fuck do you care? You know, by the way, Michael is also an atheist. So if any of these MRAs, they want to bitch about, being oppressed in feminists too, try being a fucking atheist and being an outspoken atheist in your everyday life, not just making videos about it. Actually telling people, I'm an atheist. I've had that shit happen many times. You tell someone, no, actually I'm an atheist. They look fucking shocked. Like they don't even want to talk to you anymore. That conversation's now over. Because you don't believe in God. Or if someone finds out you're gay, they kind of tread softly like, oh man, I hope he doesn't try to kiss me or fuck me or something. It's not gonna fucking happen. So the thing is, with all of these fucking groups, I think they're overplaying their fucking hands. Just about every fucking case. Just like Christians, when they try to say, one group I can compare the MRAs to, besides the fucking white nationalists, are the Christians who, no matter how much power they fucking have, no matter how much influence they have, they still fucking play this goddamn bullshit card that Christians are being persecuted. The other fucking day that happened, the guy I've mentioned before, and I may have mentioned this in a video, I don't think I did. He has tattoos, like he has like a shield and then like a helmet with like swords, and this customer came up and she was like, oh, I like your tattoo. He's like, yeah, it's armor of God. He doesn't really talk much about it, so good on him. But she was like, oh, I know what it is, and it's kind of being a rebel these days to admit you're a Christian. You're out of your fucking mind. Christianity is still the fucking dominant religion in the world. Catholicism is the biggest religion in the world from what I've read. There are more Christians than anything else. And Christians still have the fucking majority in this country. Atheists are a very small minority. I've heard figures from like 15 to like 20-some%, maybe like up to 25. And that includes agnostics, possibly closeted atheists. That's still not a big fucking group. The thing is, we're still a minority. We still get looked down upon. So don't act like Christians are being fucking persecuted when they're not. That's bullshit. But all these fucking groups, with the exception, maybe it's because since I am an atheist, I felt this fucking shit. I know that atheists get discriminated against all the fucking time. And gays, same fucking thing. Men, not necessarily. Women, sometimes. But I don't think it's as much as feminists fucking say. Same with MRAs. They say men are discriminated against, possibly. Not as much as people think. Blacks are more fucking discriminated against. There was a news story I watched. I may have mentioned this before. Where they were calling apartment complexes, trying to find an apartment. And the first time they used very white sounding names. And the second time they used very black sounding names. And the black sounding names, they didn't get really any callbacks. Okay, well, that's still fucking racism. That is still bigotry, and that still happens. And I'm not saying that no group is being discriminated against at all. I know some do. Some people look at men as evil, and I don't think that's funny. I really don't. Just like I don't think it's funny if a black comedian can sit there and make fun of whites, but then if a white one does the exact same thing to blacks, then, people yell out racism. No, if you're just making a joke, it's a fucking joke. It's complete fucking bullshit. But the thing is, we need to look at these cases as individual cases. Not as a fucking be-all, end-all. If a man loses fucking custody of his child, and he had nothing, he really did nothing wrong, well, blame the fucking judge. And look at that fucking case, and figure out why this happened. And it could because it was a female judge, or just some male fucking judge who thinks that the kid is better off, with his mom rather than his dad. My mom, she lost the custody battle for my brother and myself. My dad was the better fucking parent. He was, harder worker. And, yeah, he got it. So, and by the way, I'm glad she's not really in my life. She never really has been. I don't really give a fuck. And speaking of my dad, one last little thing. When people talk about, things like, oppression. Now, certain things, does it suck in certain ways? Yeah. Affirmative action is one. The white nationalists always bring that shit up. Which, by the way, let me go on this real quick. I love how white nationalists say, well, if you're against that, then you're a white nationalist. No, fuck you. It's the same with this guy on one of my videos trying to say, if you support any of these, you should be an MRA. No. If I support one thing, who cares? I support some things that the Republicans fucking say. Doesn't mean I'm going to be a Republican. Just like some Republicans support some shit Democrats say. Doesn't mean that they're going to be a fucking Democrat. So it's fucking bullshit. But affirmative action. My dad, back when I think I was, basically a baby, he actually tried out to be a firefighter, and apparently he did amazingly fucking well. He was like one of the top 10 in the state, test-wise. However, there were some blacks that did better than him, and there were some other ones, and because of affirmative action, he didn't get it. And I said, he told me when I was young, I was like, well, that's kind of fucked up. He was like, well, I didn't say fucked up, I said messed up. He's like, no, the thing is, they're trying to get, minorities to basically trust the government because, you know, for the longest time they were getting fucked, and they passed that down. It's like, so, you know, affirmative action was needed because people looked at blacks as being black, unreliable, they're not going to show up on time. He's like, so no, you know, hey, you know, I didn't get the job, no big deal, I moved on, you know, I got a different job, you know, yeah, I would have gotten paid better as a firefighter, but, you know, my life would have been in danger, and, yeah, I mean, it didn't happen. He's fine with it. Was that discrimination? Yeah, in a way. Was it because he was white? No, it's because other people were black. And he just said, yeah, it was needed, so hey, I'm not holding a grudge. To me, it's like, there you go. Does this shit happen? Of course. But to base your entire fucking existence on the fact that sometimes people are discriminated against and using that to hate the group that you think is oppressing you, that's fucking bullshit. And I'm fucking tired of hearing it. So I'm done with the MRA shit. Like I said, it was all a fucking experiment because I just wanted to see the reaction, and they didn't disappoint. You know, I knew what I was going to get. I was proven right. So, anyway, I guess I can quote Old Fart here. Peace and love, everybody. That's where it's at. This is A Bad in 5, and I'll see you guys next video.